How to get in a social flow in 20 minutes. In this video, I'll be going over the steps you need to take to go from feeling not social at all, feeling tired, feeling like you don't want to speak to people, to getting into such a good flow that everything is just coming out of you. You feel more charismatic, you feel more loose, you're not thinking about what others are thinking of you, and you're just having a great time. So step number one, actually before I go into it, I do want to say that I actually went viral on multiple platforms on my ability to talk to strangers. This is one of the biggest things that I've done in my life that changed my life. And if you are an insecure person or you are socially not confident and you just think a lot of what others think of you, this video is for you. Please stay to the end. Trust me, you will learn a lot. Number one thing you got to do to start to get into a social flow is to start talking. This is the number one thing to do. And what this means is you don't need to talk to people. You could just talk to a mirror. You could just talk to a camera. You could just talk to the wall. It doesn't matter. Talking and just starting to say words and say what's on your mind is going to strengthen the connection you have with your thoughts and your words. Because one of the biggest problems people have when it comes to socializing is they overthink what they're saying. Essentially what that means is there's this gap with what you're thinking and what you're saying, and there's like time in between that. And the more time that's in between that, the more incongruent you are, the more in your head you are. The goal and really the end goal, like to be in a social flow, it means that you're not thinking of what you're saying. You're not trying to conjure up an idea. You're literally just flowing. You're just talking. So the number one thing is you have to start speaking. And I recommend doing it in a mirror if you've never done this before. Set a timer for 5 minutes, 10, 15, 20 if you've done this a lot, but 5 if you've never done it. And simply look at your eyes in the mirror and start to talk. This is step one. Okay, you might feel awkward. You might feel weird. You might have thoughts in your head about like, oh, you're doing some weird shit, or oh, what if someone walks in on you, or whatever. You might have insecure thoughts. But that's good, because if you start to have these insecurities, that just means you're growing in that moment. You're doing something that's outside of your comfort zone. That's the first step. Once you get good at that, then you want to start to become more animated with talking to the mirror. So instead of just talking to the mirror and saying like, yeah, my name is Sergio and I'm talking to a mirror, it becomes more like, yo, my name is Sergio and I'm talking to this mirror, and I'm trying harder to be more animated. Because the more you do this, the more those behaviors will bleed into your regular communication when you're talking to people. So that's step number one, is talking to a mirror or talking on camera. Pro tip is to talk on camera. Mirror is great to start off, but long term you want to do the camera, because then you can look at the camera and look at what you recorded and look at yourself speaking. And this will desensitize you to your own communication, which you have to understand. That's why it's so difficult for you to communicate, is you are not desensitized to your own communication. You are insecure of the way you speak. You're insecure of what you say. You're insecure of your expression. The more you can record yourself and look at yourself speak on camera, the more you start to slowly chip away at your insecurity. That's step number one. Step number two, after you've already talked out loud and your words start to flow a little better. Step number two is to start giving out compliments or greetings in passing. This is your first social challenge, and if you've never done this, it might feel a little scary at first, but once you do it, you see why it's so important and crucial. It's as simple as walking outside, telling yourself you have to say hi to 3 people. And by saying hi, this doesn't mean you go up to him, hey, my name is Sergio, I want to talk to you. You just say a compliment in passing, or even a greeting in passing if the compliment's too difficult. The greeting could be as simple as good morning, good afternoon, hey, what's up, as you're walking by the person, right? So it's like this, as opposed to you're not stopping them, right? You're just walking by, hey, good morning, as you're walking by. That's great. Once you do that 3 times, you're gonna feel yourself getting into a more social momentum. And like I said, greetings is if compliments are too difficult, but ideally you're making compliments. The compliment can be as simple as, Hey, I like your outfit. Hey, nice shoes. So simple. Hey, cute dog. That is the easiest one. If you see someone with a dog, you can't pass that one up. It is too easy and well received. That's step number 2. You do that 3 times. Step number 3 is you just repeat step number 2 up until 10 or 20. I want you to say hi and give compliments to 10, 20 people. This is going to really boost your state. At some point, you're going to get to a number where it doesn't really feel like anything more is going to change you. It might be 7, 10, 12, 13, 14. It depends on you and how much is needed to push your comfort zone. For me, it used to be more effective. Now I need to say hi to 15 people for me to really feel some kind of strong momentum. Before, it was like the first time I would say hi to 2 people, I would feel this massive rush of energy. Because at the end of the day, the energy you are granted is equal in how hard it was for you. And honestly, side note, this is just your frequency in general with how you feel as a person, is how good you feel after the action is proportionate to how hard it was for you to do it, to how much you pushed yourself to do it, to how much it was something you wanted to do, how much you believe in the thing you did, right? Anyway, so that's the next step, is the compliments and greetings and passing. So step 1 was talking to a mirror. Step 2 was the compliments and greetings. Step 3 is to start approaching people. If you're a man, I assume you're a man, and you want to get more socially confident, and you're single, I'm telling you right now, the number 1 way to improve your social confidence is to go approach women. It is the number 1 way. And it's very simple why. It's because it's the most difficult thing to do. If I told you to go to an old man and chat with him, it's nowhere near as difficult as if I told you to go to an attractive woman and speak with her. The reason being is you are more scared of what that attractive woman thinks of you than what this old man thinks of you. You see more value in her than the old man. And when you see more value in something, you are more self-aware because you want that person to see you in a good light. So going up to a woman, if you're a single man, going up to attractive women and approaching them is the number 1 way to become more socially confident. It is like a cheat code. And even if you don't want to date women, trust me, this is like the quickest way to become more socially confident. It's going to help in your business, speaking with regular people, your overall self-confidence with humans. And obviously, it's going to improve your dating life and your ability to speak with women, obviously. That's number 1, approaching. Okay? Now, if you don't want to do that, then okay, the alternative is you go to events like a dance class, like some sort of meetup, like the club, like a volleyball league or a pickleball league or something. You go to something like this and you interact with people, strangers, and you introduce yourself to people, right? 3 people every time you go to a class, 5 people every time you go somewhere. It doesn't really matter, but the point is you consistently introduce yourself to strangers and you try your best to have conversations with these people. This is the final step, right? And basically those are the 3 steps, which is 1, talking to the mirror, 2, small little greetings and compliments and passing, and 3, conversations with strangers or approaching women. It really depends on what you want to do. But trust me, these 3 things, and if you do this in a succession of 30 minutes to an hour, you are going to get into a more social state, a social flow. And that's all. If you want to work with me personally, I am a dating coach and a social confidence coach and just overall self-development for men. Link in my bio and my description to work with me one-on-one. That's all for this video, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace out.